So I grew up in a small town up in the north of Senegal, and life was pretty fun. Um, we had one other missionary family with us, and so it was just both of us. Yeah, both of our families, and and we got together all the time and had fun. We homeschooled together. And we did church together, and just did whatever we could. I got to meet my best friend. We lived together for 9 years up there. So we were the only white people up there. Everyone else was native.
Yeah, so I grew up in Southern California, in Huntington Beach, which is heart of Orange County. Grew up within a mile living from the beach, and it was definitely unique because, moving out here, some people have never even been to the West Coast, so just growing up with the sort of surf, skateboard lifestyle, it's definitely played a major part in shaping me who I am. And I've loved growing up where I grew up, and I haven't been outside the country, so I don't know much about like a real cross-cultural experience, but as far as I know, I've loved every minute of living in Huntington Beach, and now that I've moved out to Chicago for college, and it's in Wheaton, it's been cool to experience a different part of the country. So yeah.
So there's this strip of land along the Georgia River that is because the
And it was a nice tight community, and we weren't the white folk from a distant land, and we weren't there to they didn't perceive that we were there to convert them or to drive their mess with them. They welcomed us like we were their own, and that was really nice.
Like the word freedom, just always gets me going. I don't know why. There's other places in the world that have freedom for sure, but when I hear freedom, I just specifically think USA, USA, USA. So, but then just the cultural sort of things that become popular. I obviously got into those as well. So whenever something went viral or just it became the thing, the American thing, I definitely was sucked into that for sure. Definitely one of those typical American kids, I'd say.
But I was introduced to this idea of missionary kid when I was part of these furlough homes in Wheaton, actually. And my parents were telling me we're going to stay at these missionary furlough homes, and there's going to be a lot of missionary kids. And we were like, what? And it's it's just the missionary, when they have kids, they're called missionary kids. And we were like, oh, sweet, just like us.
What I love about the U.S. for sure is just it's presence throughout other parts of the world. I feel like wherever, even though like I said, I haven't been outside the U.S., but I feel like if I go somewhere, I know like I can have a connection somewhere back to the U.S. And I equate the U.S. to home. So, like I'm preparing to go to Cuba. Granted, that's only 70, 80 miles off the coast of Florida. I still feel like, oh, I could, like there's, like I still believe that there will be like some sort of an American presence, whether that's good or bad for other parts of the world, I don't know, but I know it does give me a sense of comfort, just knowing that wherever someone is in the world, that they could have some sort of tie back to the U.S.
I think the worst is you just have, I mean, for me, was identity crisis. And that's a common thing for third culture kids, and not just missionary kids. It's just finding your belonging when you're traveling so much and you are moving so much.
I love sports. Just any sort of sport, action sport, like typical sports, baseball, football, basketball, golf, soccer, frisbee, all sports I love.
I went back to a grammar school, and it was hard because I was like the only missionary kid, one of the only missionary kids at the school, and so no one could relate to me. They knew I was pretty cool, but that's pretty much it, and I didn't know how to reach them because all the guys in my class talked about sports, American sports, as one does in middle school and through high school, and I didn't know any of the teams, so it was kind of hard to do that.
So travel is something that I definitely want to like do more of, especially because I'm meeting you. You're from Russia. Johnny's from Indonesia. I mean, Yuri, the Philippines. Other guys from Turkey, from all over, that I've realized, oh, I've been in Southern California a lot, and there's other parts of the world out there that are super rad, that are just unbelievably cool, that I eventually want to get to at some point. So definitely want to do more of it, but also just realize that I am usually wrecked after travel.
And I think it is a gift to be a missionary kid. I would not want to turn down that opportunity. I'm very glad that my parents moved.
Cabin crew, safety demo. We contacted Special Handluggage Wanderlost City in front of you. Raise the back on the table, lower your armrest, fasten your seatbelt, and open the window covers. Please select light mode on your mobile phone and other indicator devices if you wish to use them during the flight. Your laptop must be placed in your hand luggage during takeoff and landing. Kindly note that this is a non-smoking flight. We wish you to stay on board. There is light vest under your seat with the vest over your head. Place the strap around your waist. Fasten the buckle and turn the strap.